Imagine that you are flying a bomber aircraft in enemy territory and all your fellow fighter planes have left you behind and you are surrounded by the enemy's dangerous fighter planes. Then what will you do? Well, this is the real story of Charlie Brown and Franz Stingler, who had become an example of humanity in the chaos of the Second World War. Actually, in December 1943, the US Air Force decides to blow up the fighter plane manufacturing plant in the city of Bremen in Germany. For this, 2nd Lieutenant Charlie Brown reaches there with a B-17 Fortress aircraft and some fighter planes. And as soon as they drop the bombs, the Germans start attacking them with anti-aircraft guns, and in a short while, German fighter planes also reach there. During this time, the B-17, which was being flown by Charlie Brown, gets badly damaged, and his fellow planes have also gone far ahead. The speed of B-17 decreases. There is a big hole in its cockpit. The engine gets damaged. Despite all this Fortress plane was still flying in the air. The German pilots thought that it would crash soon, so they stopped chasing it. Now the B-17 was flying alone. Then a German pilot named Franz Stingler sees it, and he reaches to destroy the B-17 with his Bf-109 plane. But he sees that the B-17 is completely damaged. All the soldiers sitting inside it are injured. Then he sees the pilot of the plane, Charlie, and signals him to take the plane down so that they can be helped. But Charlie does not do so. He thinks that it is an enemy, so he keeps flying the B-17 continuously. Now Stingler starts flying his plane Bf-109 almost parallel to the B-17, so that any German pilot who sees them below understands that there is a German plane behind the enemy plane, so no one attacks it. In the same way, Charlie Brown's B-17 crosses the German airspace and Franz Stingler salutes Charlie Brown, does it, and comes back. Charlie lands in London with his plane. He does not believe that he is alive. He tells this to his colleagues, but at that time, this thing is kept confidential, and the World War ends in 1945. But this story does not end here. In 1986, Charlie goes to a meeting of retired pilots, and there he tells this story. After this story creates a stir everywhere. Charlie tries to find that German pilot through newsletter, and one day he gets a letter in which it is written, "I am the same pilot who saved B-17 that day." After this, in the year 1990, both the pilots meet each other, and this is called the greatest reunion in the history of the world. Did you know about the story of Charlie Brown and Franz Stingler? If yes, then definitely tell us.